things alone. Just can you just put your hand off the cursor and just sit there and listen instead of moving things around? There's nothing to do. Just listen to the class. Uh, yeah, so here, this is a very nice comparison to show that beyond the material world, there are also bodily features. Of course, those bodily features are not made out of material elements, they're pure spiritual essence. But the description sounds very much like describing the bodily features. And when we talk about this particular planet, here it describes the inhabitants of Vaikuntha Loka. And from the point of view of beauty, it cannot be compared to anything in this world because it is way beyond we can't imagine how beautiful and the bodily features are of these, and what to speak of Krishna and the bodily features of his associates in Sri Vrindavan Dham, which are also transcendental and full of varieties and different colors also. They have different colors. Here we have different colors. We have 5 races. We have the black race, the white race, the brown race, the red race, and the yellow race. So there's kind of a tinge within the skin. But there, it's pure spiritual color. Just like it says that Krishna's bodily color, to try to describe it in a way you can get a little indication of what it's like, it's compared to a blackish rain cloud or a monsoon cloud. So during the monsoon season, especially in Asian area, the sky is blue, but in front of the sky there's black clouds. But the bluish hue from the sky comes through the black clouds to give the black clouds a little bit of a bluish tinge or tint. So we use that to say, well, that's Krishna's color, but it's not, because Krishna's color cannot be compared to or has anything to do with any material color. It's a feature of itself. It cannot be described. And sometimes we use that Lord Balaram, his color is like a white spring cloud. Sometimes you see these big, beautiful, billowing white clouds in the sky. They look so pure white. So that's used as a comparison to describe the color of Lord Balaram. But still, it falls short of the actual reality. There's one nice pastime wherein one spiritual master, he sent his disciple to Vrindavan to train under Jiva Goswami. And so Jiva Goswami first engaged him in cleaning Vrindavan's area, especially Vamsivat, where Radha and Krishna appear every night and perform their pastimes, even today. It says nobody goes there because if you go there, you may not come back. And Radha and Krishna appear and do their pastimes even today in that area of Vamsivat. So Jiva Goswami, he is he's a Manjari. And so he is also an assistant of Radharani. And he engaged this devotee, whose name was Shamananda, to clean up after Krishna had and was dancing with his girlfriends in the evening ball dance. or sometimes just with Radharani. And so he was cleaning up, just making the area nice, and he saw this ankle bracelet laying on the ground. It was so beautiful, so effulgent. He was thinking, wow, who belongs to this? Or who does this belong to? So he picked it up and he thought, there's nobody around. I don't know how to return it. So he kept it. Just a few moments later, Radharani, she's speaking to Lalita. She's saying, Lalita, last night I I lost my Nipura. Nipura means ankle bracelet. And in the area of Vamsivat, could you find it for me? So this is during the day now. So Lalita, she disguises herself as an old lady. And she goes to the area and she's looking around and she's looking around. Meanwhile, Shamananda is still cleaning. And he sees his old lady looking. And he comes up to her and says, Mataji, what are you looking for? Oh, my master, she lost her ankle bracelet here last night, and I'm trying to find it. Oh, really? And who is your master? Uh, Srimati Radharani. Oh, really? And who are you? Well, I'm Lalita. No, you don't look like Lalita. I am. He said, if you can prove to me you're Lalita, then I can return this ankle bracelet because I have found it. She said, well, if I appear in my actual original form, you won't be able to bear my beauty. He said, test me. So she adopted her actual transcendental form as Lalita Saki, the intimate associate of Srimati Radharani. And when he saw that, he fainted. The beauty was too much. He couldn't keep his consciousness. He just fell out of ecstasy, lost consciousness. So then Lalita goes and calls Radharani. Radharani comes. And then after some time, Shamananda gets up. And then Radharani is so happy that he found the ankle blast. So now he sees Radharani and he faints again. he's he's overwhelmed with her beauty and her charm and her appearance. He's got some special mercy that these two great personalities, the intimate energy of the Lord, the gopis headed by Radharani, appeared to Shamananda. Shamananda was quite special. So she said, um, well, no, actually, his name was not Shamananda. His name was Dukhi Krishna Das. That's right. But then when Radharani was so pleased with him, she took her ankle bracelet and she pressed it into his forehead and made a type of tilak that was indelled in his forehead. She said, now I give you the name Shamananda, one who gives pleasure to Sham. Or Shama. Shama. Shama means Radharani. So now he's he's just like overwhelmed with happiness. And he goes back and Jiva Goswami sees him. He says, where'd you get that tilak? He said, well, he told the whole story. And then it was amazing. And then he got initiated by Radharani personally. And then when he went back to his spiritual master, whose name was Hridai Chaitanya, Jiva Goswami returned him after some time. Now he has this name, Shamananda. and he's got this marking on his forehead, like a beautiful, unusual tilak. And then Hridayananda, was it Hridaya Chaitanya, he said, now you're calling yourself Shamananda? Does this mean that Jiva Goswami initiated you? So he couldn't tell his guru what actually happened. So Hridaya Chaitanya became really upset. He writes a letter to Jiva Goswami saying that, you should understand, you are a great soul, that you can't initiate someone who is already initiated. He said, and then Jiva Goswami said, I didn't do it. Radharani did it. He wrote back. But Hridaya Chaitanya, in the meantime, was harassing Shamananda to tell the story. And he started to take a stick and beat him. Sometimes it says that the guru does that with the disciples. Of course, if we do it in ISKCON, we'll wind up in court. But anyway, then sometimes that happens. The guru wants to give extra mercy to the disciples. So that night when Hridaya Chaitanya went to sleep, Lord Chaitanya appeared to him in a dream and said, don't beat him. He was initiated personally by Srimati Radharani. And when then Hridaya Chaitanya woke up, he ran and fell at the feet of his disciple. And he said, you are actually my guru. I take shelter of you. You have been blessed personally by Srimati Radharani. So the whole story is really quite sweet. And I left out a few details, but what I was illustrating is spiritual beauty cannot be described. It's way beyond material beauty, or even transcendental forms cannot be described here. So this is what this particular verse is about, the different bodily features as it relates to the spiritual world. And even in the spiritual world, there are many different manifestations of transcendental forms with different colors, different arms, amounts of arms. Of course, in the Vaikuntha planets, they're all four-armed like that. But in other places in the spiritual world, there are two arms like that. And of course, because they are transcendental, they can manifest 6 arms, 10 arms, 20 arms, because they're not limited by material energy. Material energy is very limiting and very jada. That means jada means it's innate, or you might say inactive, has no life. We get enamored by the beauty of another person. But what is it? It's just a combination of, blood, bones, marrow, flesh, and underneath there's all kinds of nice, beautiful substances like stool, urine, mucus, bile, different kinds of airs that are not so pleasant. So this particular body is really abominable. But we decorate it up. We look in the mirror and we put some mascara on it. We take the little comb and tweak the eyebrows. We smile, put some decorations on it, put some flavor in the hair to make it get some bodily soap that smells fragrant. And then everyone thinks, oh, it's not so bad. But actually, it's only a combination of all these elements. And there's another element which, if you take a microscope, very highly developed microscope and you look at the skin on your body, you'll see there's little worms in the skin, really tiny microscopic worms. And what do? To keep they keep the flesh skin from getting dried out and corroded. They eat the bacteria, so they preserve the skin. So if you look at your skin through a microscope, all you'll see is these little bugs crawling around. And then one person says, "Oh, she's so beautiful. She's so lovely. Just look at her. Oh, he's so handsome." But it's all a charade. That's all it is. And that's called Maya. Material beauty, if you were to compare it to spiritual beauty, it wouldn't fall into any category of beauty. But we get enamored. Even you might even say there is some within the relative understanding, there's some beauty. Just like Prabhupada was walking on Venice Beach in California, and this is right near the ocean. And the sun was going down. This is on the western side. And the colors were in the sky. And so the devotees remarked to Prabhupada, "Oh, Prabhupada, look how beautiful this sunset is." Prabhupada said, "Yes, but you should see the artist." That means Krishna. That's real beauty. Of course, the beauty of this world enchants the conditioned souls, and devotees also appreciate the beauty of this world as being the artistic design of Krishna. But comparatively speaking, even within this world, there's different levels. But beyond, in the spiritual world, beauty is not describable. We don't say Krishna is beautiful. We don't say that. We say Krishna is beauty. The definition of beauty is Krishna. And anything lesser than that is called beautiful. But Krishna is beauty himself because he's the source of everything. So in the Brahma Samhita, it describes, Sukava, turn to the Brahma Samhita, verse number, I think let's start with verse number 29 in Brahma Samhita. Let's see where you go. There it is on the left side. Okay, go to verse number 29. Don't go to the verses, just go to go to the. This describes the spiritual world here, how beautiful and how it's arranged. This is all a description of the spiritual world. But then as we go down the page, we get to the beauty of Krishna. And here it says, okay. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, the first progenitor, who is tending cows, yielding all desires in the bowl, built with spiritual gems, surrounded by millions of purpose trees. Always served with great reverence and affection by hundreds and thousands of Lakshmis or gopis. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is adept at playing on his flute, with blooming eyes like lotus petals, with head bedecked with a peacock feather, with a figure of beauty tinged with the hue of blue clouds, and his unique loveliness charming millions of cupids. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, round whose neck is swinging a garland of flowers, beautified with a moon locket, whose two hands are adorned with flute and jeweled ornament, who always revels in pastimes of love, whose graceful threefold bending form of Shambhasundar is eternally manifest. I worship Govinda, the transcendental Lord, whose transcendental form is full of bliss, truth, substantiality, and is thus the most dazzling splendor. Each of the limbs of that transcendental figure possesses in itself the full-fledged function of all the organs, and eternally sees, maintains, and manifests the infinite universes, both spiritual and material. And then it goes on to describe he's like a possessing the beauty of a blooming youth. These are just what we say analogies to give a little indication of Krishna's beauty, which really doesn't really describe it completely. It just gives you a little indication. So, um, just like sometimes when we take darshan of the deity, there have been people who have come to the temple and take darshan of the deity and see that as soon as they see the deity, they start crying. They're overwhelmed with his beauty, with his charm, with his loveliness, with his sweet smile. They're decorated so nicely by his devotees who want to please him by dressing him in the best possible way. So, yeah. So the point is, we shouldn't try to get, we should forget about this ephemeral beauty in this material world. There's nothing here. Get attracted to Krishna. Get attracted to real beauty. Get attracted to real loveliness, real charm, complete sweetness. That's Krishna. That's what we're looking for. That's what the soul is all about. The ephemeral beauty in this world is like a shadow. It has no substance to it, and it's always changing. Just like there was one very, from the material point of view, French movie star. Her name is Brigitte Bardot. And her bodily beauty used to overwhelm people. And she came out in public in different ways. And then she became quite popular simply for her beauty. And she was displaying that, and she became somewhat famous. So when she reached the age of 50 years old, one day she was looking in the mirror. She told us this. And then she saw that her beauty was fading. It wasn't there anymore. And then it was such a traumatic experience for her that she decided not to go out in public anymore. So, yeah, so the beauty of this world, people do get enamored by it, but it's always changing. The beautiful young girl who has a sweet, sweet smile, and after some time, she's an old lady who's got her skin is sagging, her eyes got bags underneath it, and so many other, what we say, deteriorating features. So, in this world, and even in the material atmosphere, all of these things are always changing anyway. But if we really want to experience real beauty, it's with Krishna, or with Krishna's residence in the spiritual world. So sometimes devotees just spend time looking at beautiful pictures of Krishna just for hours, just looking at Krishna in his different forms and his different displays, and the way he dresses, the way he stands, the way he looks, his looks, the way he looks at things. It's just so enchanting. A meditation, meditating on Krishna's transcendental form like that. And of course, we have all around the world, we have temples with deities who are so beautiful and so enchanting. One time, Prabhupada was standing in front of the deities with this very respectable gentleman. And Prabhupada said to the man, if you could actually see, you can see they're having their pastimes right in front of us. But only those with pure vision can see that. But still, we get a little glimmer of Krishna's qualities, and that is enough to attract us. Give you an example on a practical level. There was one of my god brothers. He runs a small preaching center in America, and he has deities. He has Gaurnita, he has Jagannath, he has Lakshmi Nrsimha. So one of the congregational members made an outfit for the deities and gave it to him, and he's looking at it. He's thinking, this outfit's not so nice. He wasn't really happy with the outfit at all. But then he thought, all right, they gave it, I'll put it on the deities once. But then when he put it on the deities and he saw the deities, he said, wow, that outfit looks so beautiful. Completely had a different experience. And so that's Krishna. That anything is connected with something beautiful also becomes beautiful. It says the sky becomes beautiful by the presence of the moon. A woman becomes beautiful when she has a qualified husband. So there's different analogies on the material level that something in relation to something beautiful also takes on some of the charm and beauty of that object. But Krishna is the source. So when we get connected with Krishna, we also reflect some of his qualities, even while we're in this material body. So the idea is don't be enamored by the beauty of this material world, because it's ephemeral. It's like a shadow. It comes and it goes. And in comparison to real beauty, it's quite ugly. Okay, we'll stop there.
Thank you so much, Guru Maharaj, for um, letting us know what is actual beauty and what is spiritual beauty. Yeah, you're right that Krishna's beauty, I have experienced a lot about that as well. That so many times when we want to give some outfit to our deities, they if they don't want it, they don't take it. It doesn't match or it doesn't fit. And then when we change it, it just comes out so nicely. So yeah, they've got but one thing I can't find is how can you see the past times when you're looking at the deities, Gurumaj? How? Is it because I'm not that qualified? That's why?
Well, you can only see that if you have pure vision,
Mm.
transcendental vision, spiritual vision.
Mm. True.
Prabhupada had that vision.
Mm.
Prabhupada could look at you just once, and he can tell he can see who you are, well, everything about you simply by looking at you.
Oh,
That's the quality of a great soul.
that is so true. So, Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please, if you have any questions or any comments or any realization, please share. And if you can put your videos on, that'll be so nice as well. Thank you.
Like I'll give you another example, but maybe later on after the questions.
Yes, sure. Thank you. You can type your question in the chat as well if you want. You can only see one comment in the chat, Guru Maharaj saying that Hare Krishna, from Dhiraj Prabhu, Hare Krishna, we see even ugly looking people gets the quality of the Lord when starts practicing Krishna consciousness.
Yeah.
Devotee looks bright and beautiful.
Yeah. We've seen that too in our Krishna consciousness. When someone is engaged nicely in devotional service, their natural beauty starts to manifest. And what was there before seems to be transformed into something very, what we say, attractive.
Mm.
That's because the soul is being energized, and when it does, it gives if a light, a effulgence, and attractiveness to the body.
So basically, the beauty is due to the internal energy and the effulgence rather than the features and the
Right.
outer,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Right.
Mm.
Exactly. That's on the material level, but on the spiritual level, there's no internal, external. So it's all one beauty, one body. Spirit doesn't have soul. Spirit is soul.
Mm. Okay, Sri Devi Mataji has raised her hand. Sri Devi Mataji, please go ahead. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, thank you, Suprabhat. Dear Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Prabhupada. I was just echoing actually Dheeraj Prabhu's observations that after coming to Krishna consciousness, we are no longer even attracted by so-called bodily beauty, because when you look at their eyes, you see the expression so vacant, so superficial, so lost. In fact, we feel like looking away from such people who have not connected with Krishna, because their soul is like, they're like walking dead or something. So we actually feel repelled by people who are not pious or godly, because just because their bodily features may look very regular, the soul is, still sleeping. So, and actually when you see devotee, you see the Kantimala, you see Tilak, and he or she may be tiny and funny and strange, and you just love them because they are devotees. And they're so attractive, even in a crowd, in a airport, you see one person, waves and say, Mataji, Hare Krishna. And you just feel, oh, kindred soul, It's so wonderful to see a devotee. So really, I like what Dheeraj said.
Prabhupada tells us his own personal experience. He was on the plane, and one, I think, rabbi or priest, he he saw the devotees on the plane also with Prabhupada. He came over to speak to Prabhupada, and one thing he said, wow, your followers, they look so bright-faced, so bright-faced. Even from a person who was coming from the outside, he could see it. But going back to what you said at the beginning, is that Prabhupada was walking down the street in New York with some of his disciples, and he says, all I'm seeing is bodies flapping. There's no life there. So yeah, material is just movement. There's no life. There's no life. But when one engages in devotional service, the soul becomes energized by the presence of Krishna through the process of bhakti, and it starts to exhibit some of its, what we say, hidden qualities. Yeah. Not to be facetious or critical, I used to see that in New Vrindavan. I would see some girl she would join, and by material standards, she wasn't very attractive. But then again, after staying there for a few years, she looked completely different.
Mm.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So
that notice in so many.
to show you how the soul energizes the body when the soul is connected with its source. But we're not trying to be beautiful in the material world. We're trying to serve Krishna by glorifying him in all of his good qualities, and beauty is one of them. In fact, out of all of the qualities that Krishna exhibits to his devotees, the most attractive one is his beauty, his wealth, his fame, his activities, his beauty. It seems to immediately awaken an attraction for his devotees. And of course, Premanjaritam Bhakti Vilochanena Santasa Daiva Hridayeshu Vilokiyanti Yam Shama Sundar Achinta Gunasvarbhupam Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami. So there's the answer to your question, Sukavaha. When the eyes are tinged with an ointment of love, then one can, they're not seeing through the eyes of normal eyes, they're seeing through the eyes of emotional love, which makes everything wonderful. Just like sometimes, not to be critical, you see two people who are together, and from the material point of view, they're not very attractive, but they have such attraction for each other. Sometimes you say, what does he see in her, you know? What does she see in him? But because there's some love there, it overshadows the external. And they go beyond that.
I think in material world we say that nature and the heart is so full of love of that person. That's why the other person gets attracted to that person.
Yeah,
Not
yeah, but it transforms your way of seeing.
yeah, exactly. It does. It does. Even in material world, it affects so much. So imagine the spiritual beauty is amazing. It'll be so good. There is a comment by Mayur Prabhu, Guru Maharaj. Hare Krishna Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for the class today and for putting into perspective the difference between appearance from the material and spiritual world. It's interesting to see how enamored we become with beauty here, even though we know it is temporary. Thank you, Maharaj.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so everybody's starting to see the beauty in the spiritual way now. Now onwards, after this class, the vision hopefully changes.
Well, you should be running to the temple right away as soon as the class is over.
My my altar is right in front of me, so I'm just looking at them.
You got your deities. Yeah, your deities are very attractive.
Kumar, sometimes you see them smiling, and sometimes you can see their faces a bit of stress. Is
Yeah,
it? Uh,
it's not stress. They're looking at you saying, "What's wrong with you?"
is it? Maybe my stress I'm seeing of them.
No, they're talking to you by through different expressions. The deities change their appearance. They do.
They do, yeah. Okay. So I was thinking that this is just my mind's concoction. I'm seeing them like that, but it can be true.
We were in Chicago. The deities there, Kishore Kishori, and at one time they were giving Kishore Krishna a lot of sweets. So after some time, his face was puffy. And sometimes what happens is when they feed him, after some time, the clothes don't fit anymore.
That's so true, Guru Maharaj. My date clothes goes so tight so many times. It doesn't fit them. I had to buy new ones.
So deity, that's the Lord there.
Yeah. Balwandi Prabhu has got a hand raised. Go for it, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj, my humble obeisances. Jai Srila Prabhupada, Jai Sri Nityananda. Just on that very topic, so fascinating. I have a older photograph of Sri Gopi Janavallabha, our Murtis at Farmington Temple, and you can just tell it's an older photograph of them. And then I have recent photographs of them, and you can tell that they're recent photographs of them. Their expressions change subtly, of course. they appear more, I don't know, dreamy or sublime sometimes, more blissful and ecstatic other times. That they just do change. That has been my personal observation. It's strange, strange for me. And then also,
Welcome to
I noticed
the welcome
when
to the welcome to the spiritual world.
uh, I also noticed that we have little Nitai Gaur statues or murtis as well, and I just naturally I don't know. I mean, they're very cute to me, and so in my mind I say good morning, cuties. Like I would to I love kids too. I don't have a Radha Krishna murtis installed in my home. I have Jagannath, Subhadra, and Balaram, and I also regard them as very cute. Good morning, cuties. It just pops into my mind. Um, uh, Cuteness also, is that included with this beauty? I relate to that. It melts my heart. And so I guess I tie it to maybe butter thief near that sort of thing.
Cuteness, yeah. I'll tell you a story. Was my mother. Have you seen a picture of Lord Nrsingadev in Mayapur?
Hmm. Yes, Guru.
Yeah, it's on my altar, the picture of the great statue or Murthy. Yes.
Yeah, Lord Nrsingadev. He's Ugra Nrsinga. Not just any Nrsinga. He's Ugra Nrsinga from Mayapur. This one, particular one. And I gave my mother a picture. She's looking at him and she says, "Oh, he's cute." Now, how many people call Lord Nrsingadev cute? But that was her vision. And if you look at him, he's really beautiful. He's very beautiful.
This is
But
the black one with red eyes.
yeah, sometimes red eyes, sometimes not. But there's two things. The deities also change, but you're also going, you're as you continue, your devotional service increases and you're seeing more. You're seeing more. A new person will come up and stand in front of the deities and won't see the same thing you'll be seeing, although the object is the same, because they're covered more by the material energy. So your vision is becoming more purified, and Krishna also, for his own transcendental pleasure, he appears in slightly different ways at different times. Both of these things are is moving. Yeah, thank you. That was a nice point.
Yeah. Thank you, Prabhu. Silpesh Prabhu has raised his hand. Silpesh Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to the assembled devotees. Guru Maharaj, Krishna is in everyone's heart as a super soul. And in that sense, everybody has inner beauty. So how do we see past our material conditioning to see that everybody is part and parcel of Krishna?
Well, as you develop love of God, you go beyond your conditioning. You can't just surreptitiously adapt a kind of vision. It happens by transformation of your consciousness. That's all. You're coming back to your real consciousness. You're seeing things as they are. It's not like you get a pair of better eyeglasses and you can see more. It's not like it's a transformation of consciousness. We use the examples in so far in this class how people who have no beauty see beauty in no beauty because there is some affection there, there's some love. So when the eyes are tinged with the salve of love, then you can see Krishna. It's not the eyes, it's the heart that is revealing, and the eyes are seeing. Yeah. And Prabhupada also talks about super soul. He's in fact he commissioned two of his best artists, and they worked together and drew a image of super soul. You can see that picture. It's like a reddish yellow picture. And Prabhupada said, super soul, he's 8 inches high. He's in your heart. He's 8 inches high. That's what Prabhupada said. It's pretty big.
Compared to the soul size, definitely very big.
Yeah. But Krishna can change sizes.
Of course, he can. He can do anything.
You can also change sizes when you get out of this body. When you're in the body, you're limited. When you're liberated from the body, you can expand your form into different ways, different sizes, different shapes. Spirit is unlimited. Material is limited. And material is actually not real anyway. It's just some shadow reflection. That's all it is.
Without telling Silpesh Prabhu's question, if we can try and see Krishna, not see, but we can try and see Krishna in the devotees, in the friends, whoever is good with us. A person who is really, really nasty to us, it becomes so difficult to see Krishna in them. How do we go about that?
Don't worry. Don't try to see Krishna. That's not, just even Bhakti Siddhanta used to say, don't try to see Krishna, just try to serve Krishna, and Krishna wants to see you. We don't try to see Krishna, but if he reveals himself in different ways, then that's nice. We go to the temple. There's a thing called darshan, but what is the actual definition of darshan? There's drashya and drishti, I think it is called. One who is seen and one who is seeing. So when you take darshan, when you go in front of the deity, it's Krishna that's seeing you. You're not seeing him. You're thinking I'm seeing him, but you're not. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati gave the example when he forgot his glasses and he went before the deity. He was standing there. His assistant said, Guru Maharaj, should I get your glasses? He said, don't bother. What can we see?
True. Yeah.
So coming and taking, we call it taking darshan, but it's not like that. It's actually letting Krishna see us, and therefore presenting yourself in such a way that Krishna wants to see you. Not like, let me see. What are you going to see?
So true. But when we see Krishna, we just forget everything. That, especially when we see Radha Gokulananda or Radha Nandaneshwar, you just get lost completely in their beauty, and you don't know what you're doing, where are you? Just eyes just stuck there, and that's it basically.
That's Krishna's mercy on you. And that's also, it's an individual thing. As I said, two people can be looking at the deity and see two different things or experience two different things. It depends on your consciousness.
True, true, true. Sridevi Mataji, do you have to say anything? You're on
Speaking
mute,
of the
Mataji.
beauty of the Lord and his magnificence and his power, Maha Avatar Narsimha, a magnificent 3D animation film made by one Ashwin Kumar and his team, has hit the theaters all over India to rave reviews in 5 different Indian languages: Hindi, Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam, and Tamil. And people are just going nuts over how magnificent it is. And they're taking pride again in this, of course, timeless story of Prahlad Maharaj, his courage, his devotion. And it's just wonderful to see how the young generation of ISKCON is taking up this mission to spread Krishna consciousness in novel ways, so that more and more people will, benefit spiritually enlivening experience.
Yes, soon that same movie will come out in the Western countries also. I don't know if devotees read what I send, but I sent the ISKCON news. I forwarded to the Chandramauli, we'll say Google, and I forwarded that just about a month ago. About 3 weeks ago. And in there it describes that movie with an interview plus trailers showing different places, parts of the movie. It's quite fantastic. It's really fantastic. And they did Ashwin Kumar, they did an interview with him. And he was explaining, he just wasn't making some sensational movie. He wanted to bring about the whole message of Lord Nrsingadev's appearance. So that's what's making it so, what we say, interesting and attractive. So get a chance. If you're in India, it's there now. But if you want to wait, it'll come out in the West in due course of time.
Devotees from Mayapur have left for Kolkata just to go and see that movie, Guru Maharaj. I wish I could have gone.
Yeah.
Dheeraj didn't call me, and Dheeraj went and booked tickets without me. What can I do?
I don't know. I don't know what to say. All I can say is you'll get it someday. It's pretty long. It's a long movie too. Very long. I think it's about 2 hours. But
Request to buy another ticket for you, Mataji, and take you as well. Don't worry. He will come second time.
devotees, I don't know. I keep forwarding these ISKCON news and I don't get any feedback from it.
No,
And
no,
it-
Guru Maharaj, we read it, and I saw the trailer also, and we do read all the articles. Don't worry.
but
Even
nobody tells me anything. Like, I don't know if you're reading it or no. Nobody says anything like, "Oh, this was nice," or they make some comment.
okay, Guru Maharaj, now onwards we'll do that. Sorry, that's laziness from our side.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Not laziness. That's indifference.
Okay, any other questions or comments? I think we've passed 1 hour's time mark. So if last minute, any questions or comment, please.
Yeah, we can stop here because it's getting on in time.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll let's see. Tomorrow. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'll be here tomorrow. I'm still seeing what my schedule is. But anyway, if I'm not here, somebody will be here.
Tomorrow, see you at the Manor, Maharaj.
I'm giving class tomorrow morning.
Yes, we're coming.
You're coming, huh?
We'll be there.
Yeah. The place is buzzing with about 100 brahmacharis there now.
It's so amazing. I watch online and it's so good. They are so lively. It'll be so nice kirtan tomorrow. Can't wait for it.
Yeah, I'm also supposed to lead the Guru Puja, so I don't know.
Brilliant.
See what happens.
Okay. Nice to see you tomorrow then, Guru Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Everyone will hit the roof, Guru Maharaj. Those brahmacharis are jumping up and down. And then when you go there, oh my God, they will break through the roof, I think.
No, they'll just fly and land in Mayapur.
Haribol! Golanga!
They'll fall right at your doorstep, and you should give them some prasad.
I'll be very happy to, Guru Maharaj. Please send some of my god brothers and sisters the same way. Blast them out of there and bring them here. That'll be super wonderful.
Okay, good.
Srimad
Okay.
Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, His Holiness Candramauli Swami Maharaj ki jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Guru Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Very good.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Guru Maharaj,
Very
for
good.
the wonderful class. Hare
Thank you so
Krishna.
much.
Hare Krishna Guru. Thank you.
Dandavat
Hare
Pranam, Guru
Krishna.
Maharaj. See you tomorrow,
Thank
Guru
you so
Maharaj.
much.
Guru Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you,
Krishna.
Sukha.
Thank you so much, Sukha Mataji.
Whoever's going tomorrow, I will see you guys tomorrow morning.
You Mataji, see you tomorrow.
Yes. See you tomorrow, Mangala. Yes, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna.